What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to episode number 3 of our Southampton career mode. Back on FIFA 17, and we are kicking it off in a European game in the Europa League in Scotland. Aberdeen we face. Aberdeen, mate. Fergie's old club. And we decided to make quite a few changes to the team. A lot of players were very tired, so we brought in some young players. We played Jack Stevens in centre-back, gave Van Dijk a little rest alongside Gardos. We played Stephen Davis in midfield. Nathan Redmond, we gave him a start, a rare start for him on the right-hand side ahead of Dusan Tadic. But Danny Welbeck kept his place up top. Rooney wears the captain's armband, and we were in Scotland at Ivy Lane. That's definitely not the name of the actual stadium. But it was us who started the bright of the two sides. Lovely ball from Rooney through to Heung-min Son. What a delivery. And Danny Welbeck, man who's been absolutely flying, misses a sitter. And, he's got to score. What is he, 6 yards out? He's just tried to find the bottom corner, but just put your head through it. Just smash that off your noggin straight into the back of the net. Should have done better. And Aberdeen had a little chance there. Easy save, though, for Fraser Forster. But it was all us. Stephen Davis, another great ball in on Wayne Rooney's head, who this time hits the post. It's a great header from Wazza, but he just couldn't find the back of the net. Aberdeen had a chance there. A snapshot, just scythed it wide of the post. And Son there with a really audacious ball, looking for Nathan Redmond, who's quick. And he's such a rat. He's managed to keep the ball there, cut it back to Stephen Davis, who's on a yellow card. Good save from the goalie, and then Danny Welbeck on the follow-up from a tight angle manages to just hit the post. And that was all she wrote for the first half. Not really much going on. We hit the post twice, the same post, Rooney and Welbeck. But apart from that, not too much happening. Have a look at the stats there. It's been pretty much all Southampton, all of us, which you expect against Aberdeen. No disrespect to Aberdeen, but they're not exactly a European superpower. And Welbeck and Rooney linking up nicely again. The English link up, and Rooney with a great chance. A fantastic block. Reynolds, whoever that is, a fantastic block. Rooney's corner didn't really come to anything there either. But Rooney will get another crack to put a ball in from the same side. This time it's on Son's head, who meets it with a powerful header. What a save that is from the Aberdeen goalie. And we decided to make some changes there. We brought Tadic on in midfield. Also brought in Shane Long. But that was the final chance of the game. In the 90th minute, it was Cedric from a corner, leaping highest, getting a really good connection, but just heading it wide of the post. And that was all. No goals scored. A really dull game in the Europa League. But as you can see, look, 16 shots, 7 on target. We absolutely dominated. Definitely a game we could have lost to in the end. We also got a scout report back here from Callum Baker and some absolute ballers here. Both Harvey White and Charles Phillips, both with potentials over 90, which is absolutely insane. We also had another scout report here from Norway. I did send another scout out in that footage that got, I don't know where it went last episode, but a couple of decent players in there, nothing too special, but this is how the youth academy is looking. Look at Harvey White and Charles Phillips, up to 94 potential, as well as Brandon Cook and Niles Dahl, our Norwegian central midfielder. What a player he looks like. We also got Peter Cox there, who I did just release, because he's nothing special, but some serious players who I'm hoping we are going to promote the first team this season. Definitely get him some game time if possible. We've got him down on the training ground alongside Ward-Prowse, Redmond and Romeo. So hopefully they can grow. And next up was an absolutely massive game. We went to the home of the champions, Leicester, at the King Power Stadium. A very, very tough game, especially if you consider Leicester's team back then. Mahrez, Vardy, Drinkwater, Schmeichel. The list goes on. There's some great players. They just won the league, for God's sake. So they're definitely a team to beat. And away as well, they've got the home crowd behind them. And it was us to kick off at Leicester. Come on, boys. Can we get a result here against the champions? And it was Okazaki and Musa up front, starting for Leicester. I was like, where's Jamie Vardy? There he is, coming in. He's playing at left wing for some reason. I don't know what Ranieri's cooking there. But a good ball over the top and a fantastic save from Fraser Forster. An early chance for us. Danny Welbeck with a header there, swung in by Tadic. It's come off the defender, so we will get a corner from it. A James Ward-Prowse set piece, a Welbeck header straight into the arms of Kasper Schmeichel. What a goalkeeper he was, by the way. We will have to be on top form to beat him today. But look at that. Welbeck taking advantage of a defensive error, cutting in on his right foot, getting a shot away. And what a save that is from Schmeichel. He was such a good keeper. He's so underrated. at its time in Leicester. What a ball there from Danny Simpson, though, and it's Mahrez, who I was worried about going into the game, getting to the byline, cutting it back to Shinji Okazaki, and again, Fraser Forster with an absolutely immense save, keeping us in it yet again. But this was all Leicester. Okazaki again, the little Japanese man, evading tackles, getting a shot away. And it was Forster again with a great save. But Okazaki scores us all kinds of problems. We had another corner, though, down the other end, headed goals by Van Dijk. Great save from Schmeichel. And he also catches the rebound from Danny Welbeck. But that was all she wrote for the first half. 0-0, Leicester having pretty much all the chances. I mean, they could have scored a few. And it was straight after kickoff. Musa spun Van Dijk, and oh my word, that is an absolute screamer. And even the form Fraser Forster's in, there is no way all 6'7" of him is going to save that. That is an absolute screamer. I mean, the turn Van Dijk, and then he has just caught that on the bobble, and he has hit that sweet as a nut. He's not going to strike a ball better than that in his life. And he has plucked the top corner out, Musa, who was causing us all kinds of problems as well. I mean, he's so quick. If you think about it, Leicester's attack is frighteningly quick. They've got Musa, Vardy, Mahrez, Okazaki's pretty quick as well. And it was Musa again, this time just too quick for Jose Font. Look how quick he is. There's no one up with him, and he puts the ball into the back post to his mate, Shinji Okazaki. And it was 2-0 Leicester. They doubled their lead another 10 minutes or so later, and we were just getting destroyed by Musa. I mean, what a delivery that is. And Okazaki's never going to miss from there. So the two strikers both had a goal each. It was at this point something had to change, otherwise we were heading for our first defeat of the season. So I decided to go 4-4-2, put Son and Welbeck up front, but I had to go attacking because we had not created any chances whatsoever. So I decided to bring off the Dutch Iniesta Classy, bring on Nathan Redmond, and also bring on Højbjerg in that midfield just for that physical solidarity. Tadic on the left, Redmond on the right, Son, Welbeck through the middle. And again, though, it was Leicester coming forward. This time, Musa was going to get in behind Van Dijk there, so I just absolutely wiped him out. And Van Dijk, I thought that could have been a red card, or at least a yellow, but the ref's not given anything. I mean, it's a naughty tackle from Big Verge, but it's one of them he sort of has to make. And it was us, though, with a chance here. Danny Welbeck driving forward, playing it to Redmond, and Redmond slipping it one more to Son, and Heung-min Son just playing it across the box, back to Nathan Redmond, who has a tap in, and we are straight back in this game now. Leicester 2, Southampton 1. A really, really nice, well-worked counter-attack. Son unselfishly playing it across to Redmond, who makes absolutely no mistake from about 2 yards out. We're back in it, but absolutely nothing happened. And Leicester just parked the bus, couldn't create anything. Musa coming forward again, and Van Dijk catches him in the box. And we're into injury time, and Leicester City have got a penalty. So unless we can pull a Deeney Hogg moment, there is absolutely no way we're getting anything. And we're headed straight for our first loss of the season. Silly from Van Dijk. Jamie Vardy to step up and forced to save penalties this season. But Jamie Vardy makes absolutely no mistake. Of course he doesn't. The legendary striker just sends Forster the wrong way, who's had a great game. And it could have been more if it wasn't for him. But that was all she wrote. Leicester 3, Southampton 1. And we receive our first loss of the season. Really disappointing, as it looked pretty close on the stat sheet. But Leicester 100% in the game with a better team, and definitely deserved to win that. So really disappointing from us to get our first loss season. But we are still top of the league. And next up, we've got Burnley at home. A real opportunity to get our form going again. I mean, a draw against Aberdeen and then a loss against Leicester. Only one goal scored in our last 2 games. That's the lineup we went for. Full strength. Burnley at home. I mean, I think we've just got to be winning this. If we want to be challenging for the title or even top 4, these are the games that you just do not drop points in. And look at the table there. Burnley rock bottom, just 2 points from 7 games, not a single win on the board yet. 5 games lost, 2 games drawn. It is just a must win for us. So come on, lads. It was Burnley who started the better though. And Jutkiewicz with a strike, left-footed, an absolute rocket, just past Fraser Forster's post. My word, that was a little bit close for comfort, and a great start though to the game from Burnley. But it was us to hit back. Danny Welbeck on the turn. Can he get a yard of space? Lovely ball into Son, who's on the turn, left-footed shot. Good save from Tom Heaton down to his left. And Burnley again coming forward. They had Andre Gray up front. Who remembers some of his tweets? A real chance there as well. Good save from Forster at his near post. It wasn't the best finish though, but a definite chance for Burnley. And we have not started this game well at all. Burnley also had a corner here, And it was headed goalwards by Michael Keane, straight into the arms of Forster, though. And it was Son on the left-hand side. Little spin in. Beautiful bit of play from Son. He's beating another, and he's had a crack. Surely not. Oh, my word. Heung-min Son, our summer signing from Tottenham, with an absolute peach. It matches that Musa goal from last game. He has just struck one from 25 yards after beating two players into the top left of the Burnley goal. It is an absolute screamer from Heung-min Son, and there is no way Tom Heaton saving that. I mean, look at this. Just keeps going, and bang, he has hit that so sweetly. An absolute screamer from Sonny. It's one of those you can just watch all day, every day, just over and over on repeat. The little roulette as well, 2 men beaten. I mean, that is a goal that Ronaldo would be more than proud of. It's an absolute screamer. And that was all that happened in the first half, really. I mean, an absolute stroke of magic from Son is what splits the two teams. But Burnley again came forward, a defensive mix-up, not cleared away by Van Dijk, and the chance from Djukovic again. I'm not sure if Forster got a little fingertip to that as well, but great save if he did. Djokovic and Gray were causing us a bit of a problem. I mean, they had that little large combination. I mean, Son was just causing all kinds of problems down the Burnley left. Lowton there just hacking out his ankles. Not a good tackle at all. But yeah, Son was on absolute fire this game. He was our best player by a mile. And look at him picking up the ball again on the left-hand side. Running at Michael Keane, this time cutting in, slipping it through to Danny Welbeck, our main man up top, who slots it away. What a goal, what a finish, and our two summer signings linking up again, but it's Son down the left. He'd been causing all the problems for Burnley. They just couldn't deal with him. Lovely bit of movement from Welbeck, and what a great finish as well, off the post. No goalkeeper is saving that, so two fantastic goals that we have scored in this game at home to Burnley to, well, hopefully get us over the line. And look at Nelson Mandela. He's going absolutely crazy. He cannot believe how good Danny Welbeck is and hasn't scored in his last couple. So it's nice to see him back on the score sheet, Danny Welbeck. That was full time, though. A fantastic performance, really. 2 goals, a clean sheet. Not really much more I could ask for, but a really good performance, especially from Heung-min Son. I mean, a goal and an assist from him. And let's watch this goal again. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant. Just skips round 2, and that is a rocket of a shot. I mean, he's just bobbled nicely for him. He struck the ball dead centre, you can tell. And as you look at the stats, it was actually quite an even game. But those are the sort of games that the best teams win. On to the next one. We were back in the Europa League, and we were against the Russian team Krasnodar. Didn't really know what to expect going into the game. I didn't really know too much about them. We were at home, which was a definite bonus for us. But yeah, you hear about them quite a lot in the Champions League, Europa League, but they don't really ever do too much. They had 2 points from their first 2 games. We were on 4 points, the only team in the whole group to actually have a win yet from 2 games, which is good. But these guys could certainly be our top challengers. Them and Lille, I think will probably be a little bit more competitive than Aberdeen. And it was them who came forward, and Smolov up front, the massive striker with a glorious chance. But it was saved by Fraser Forster, a magical stop from the keeper. I mean, how many times has Fraser Forster bailed us out this year? It's been absolutely insane. What a goalkeeper he is. Definitely will be keeping him for the long run if he keeps up this form anyway. That was all that happened in the first half anyway. A really boring first half. No chances for us. By the way, we were playing with a full-strength team. So we had Welbeck playing, Rooney playing, Van Dijk, Font, all the big boys. So it was definitely a game we were expected to win, especially at home as well. Yeah, as you can tell by the team. But only 2 shots in the whole of the first half. A really dull start to the game for us, which is becoming a bit of a theme. We had that 0-0 with Aberdeen, especially in Europe anyway. But what a chance Krasnodar had just after the break. And Fraser Forster again. I cannot say enough good about this man. This is a ridiculous save. I mean, it's such a strong hand. And that's flying in the top corner if he doesn't get an arm to that. What a save from the big goalkeeper. And it was around this point I decided to make those changes again. We needed a bit of pace in the team, and Son just wasn't really doing much this game. So I brought on Redmond on the right, also brought on Højbjerg for that physicality. And we had a corner with 10 minutes to go. And as their defender's gone to head it away, it has come off his arm. Pretty obviously, you can tell it is a handball. So we had yet another penalty. I think it's our 4th we've had this year. We had 2 in the first game, 1 against Sunderland as well. And who else to step up but Danny Welbeck, our main man in front of goal. And of course, he makes no mistake. That's 4 from 4 penalties. He's turned into a bit of a pen merchant, I'm not going to lie. But if he scores them, who cares? He scored again. I think it's his second goal in the Europa League this year. And he has sent the keeper. I mean, where's the keeper going? He's just put it down the middle. It's a risky thing to go down the middle. But the keeper just was in no man's land. Yeah, look, second goal in the Europa League for him this year. What a signing he was. But it was far from over. The Russian side coming forward again just with 8 minutes on the clock. And Jose Font, our captain, hacks his man down, running through on goal. And Jose Font receives a red card with just 8 minutes to go. I mean, it was a tackle he had to make. Otherwise, the striker would have been through on goal. But he has been sent off just outside the area as well. A great place to do it. Well, I say a great place. At least it wasn't in the box. And it was Smolov who stood over it. The big Russian striker. Definitely a threat. And he's hit that well. Oh, my Lord. I mean, that just looks like it's nestling in the top right corner. That was so close. And then the last chance here came to Nathan Redmond on his left foot. I mean, not really troubling the goalkeeper. But that was the final chance of the game. We've managed to scrape another 3 points there. This time in the Europa League. A massive victory against the Russian team. Who, don't get me wrong, were a very tough team to play against. They defended well. They were really tough to break down and certainly had some chances as well. That Smolov free kick was very close. I mean, on a different day, they definitely could have won that. But that is going to be all for this episode, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy. That's how the squad is looking at this point. We are looking very good. Hopefully, we can pick up our form again going into some tough games. We've got Man City and Chelsea next episode. And that is how the youth academy is looking as well. Some very good players. Definitely will be getting them in the training ground and hopefully playing some minutes. But if you guys did enjoy, please like and subscribe.